today I'm going to make a brown sugar cake, which is a lot more flavorful than a white cake, and we love it around here. So I'm going to start with 2 cups of butter that has been softened to room temperature. I have 20 ounces of brown sugar and 22 ounces of white sugar. And we're going to mix that together on high. Well, we're going to start low and then move to high until it gets light and fluffy. Now this is double the recipes because I'm making a 10-inch cake that's 3 layers. If you just want a 2-layer 8-inch cake, cut this recipe in half. So once it's all combined, I can turn it up higher. We're gonna let this go for about 5 minutes. So our butter, brown sugar, and white sugar are perfectly blended, light and fluffy. Now I'm gonna add 2 cups of egg whites. Also at room temperature, very important. And 4 teaspoons of vanilla. We're gonna mix this on low, and then we're gonna mix it on high to get it light and fluffy again. This will be another 5 minutes and then we'll be back. Okay, so our egg whites and vanilla are thoroughly mixed in. Now we're going to work on our dry ingredients. So I have 16 ounces of all-purpose flour and 16 ounces of cake flour. 4 teaspoons of baking powder and 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm going to mix this all together. And then we're going to slowly add, we're going to do flour 3 times, and then I have 2 cups of milk that is at room temperature that we're going to add alternately with the flour. And I'm not turning it up high, I'm just leaving it on low because I don't want to overmix, then your cake gets really dry. That's not what we want. So I'm going to pour in about a cup of the milk. I'm sorry, it's 3 cups of milk, so it's a cup and a half that I'm going to pour in now. I'm going to add more of the flour mixture. And I'm using a 1/3 cup, so I'm doing about a cup and a third each time. But it doesn't have to be exact. Just that you want to alternate between the flour and the milk and not do it all at once. And then you want to always end on your dry ingredient. Last cup and a half of milk. And the last of the flour mixture. And then, once it's thoroughly mixed, we'll be back at the table to fill our cake pans. There we are. So I've mixed the batter together. I have 3 10-inch pans that I have brushed with my pan grease, which is another video if you'd like to watch it. It's basically equal parts vegetable shortening, vegetable oil, and flour. And we mix it together and until it comes this like paste. So I can brush it on. This will help the cakes come off the pan and not stick to it. I also have my cake strips wrapped around. These are 8-inch strips, so if you'll notice I have to pin them with my safety pins because they don't fit all the way around my 10-inch pans. So now I'm going to stir with a spatula to make sure that we get all the way to the bottom and everything is mixed together. And then I'm going to take a 1 cup measure, and I need about 3.5 cups in each pan. So I'm going to do that, measuring out so that we make sure that each layer is about the same height. Otherwise, you'll end up with 1 really skinny layer and 2 really fat layers, and it just doesn't look right. So I have a little bit of butter left. We're going to try to do that equally around the 3 pans. So we're going to put these in a 325-degree oven. We're going to bake them for 35 minutes, and then we'll be back. So it took actually an hour for these to cook all the way through, but our brown sugar cakes are ready. We're going to let them cool to room temperature, and then I'm going to stick them in the refrigerator in their pans. Most cakes, you know, you're supposed to take them out of the pan and let them cool on a wire rack. We don't do that with these. We cool them off in their own pans, and we don't take them out of the pans till we're ready to ice. So our brown sugar cake cooled to room temperature. We had it in the refrigerator overnight. So now I'm going to show you how it comes right out of the pan. The first thing I'm going to do, and this is just a trick for me, is I'm going to put a little bit of buttercream on the bottom of the board that I'm going to decorate the cake on so that it sticks to it and doesn't move around while I'm decorating. Other than that, I take a knife and I go around like this. Just lift it a little bit out of the pan and then it will all come. Like that. And there we have brown sugar cake.